Welcome back to the Best Bets show. It's when Team Bankroll gets together, deliver their very best bets, headed into the weekend, week 2. Now we are already in profit. But first of all, before we get into any betting, let us crack open our beers and let us raise a glass because Alex became a daddy last night. Welcomed a little girl into the world. 10 hours of labor his wife was in, but here we go. Yeah. Cheers, Alex. Congratulations,
thank you.
Buddy. And he's here giving his best. So I said, listen, mate, you don't have to. Just, stay in hospital. Like, no, dedication. I'm going to be
dedication.
Not only that, but I believe that is a special day. And I think that my tips will be all winners because it's the day that my little girl came in the world. And I think that it will be a weekend full of profit. So, yeah, follow our tips.
Nice.
And not over mine.
Nice. Well, listen, I don't know if can you guys see this? This here is our profit.
Hey, look at this. Ooh.
From last week. So there we go. We gave 34 picks in total, 18 wins, 16 losses. And there we go. If anybody can see that. Profit, 6.5 units of profit. There we go.
Ooh.
Onwards and upwards, my friends. Very cool indeed. And as well, I had the new show as well, The Bankers, also in profit. I think about just under 2 units of profit. So I will be continuing with that. I think after this show, we've got the big fight to discuss, and then I will do all the bankers as well from the week. So make sure to follow that. We're all in profit. So. Yay. Yes, let us kick off. We're going to start obviously with the Premier League. Starting with Bournemouth versus Man City. This is a very popular match. The only person who is not betting this is Stuart.
Yeah.
Why not, Stuart?
There's not a crazy enough bet for me to go on this one, so I'm staying out of it.
All right. Well, listen, Alex, go on, kick us off. What's the best bet for that match?
Actually, this is my banker for the weekend. We started really good with the banker. Yeah. I think that Manchester City, if they want to be the contenders for the title in the Premier League, every match should be a must-win for them, and they should bounce back after the draw match with Everton from last round, and should really win this match in style. So they have the power, they have a great attacking firepower, they have huge players, they have a really good coach. I think that they will do a really good job this year. Bournemouth, they didn't impress me in the first 2 rounds, so I'm going with Manchester City minus 1.5 at 1.92.
Yeah. If anybody caught the Premier League punter show as well, that was the popular bet for that match, I have to say. Martin, I know you also were on there as well. What have you got? Are you sticking with your Man City minus 1.5?
I certainly am. That is exactly my bet as well. Yes, I think Bournemouth just play open, expansive football, and they don't sit back and defend doggedly, which is generally what you need to do to get a result against Man City. Bournemouth are the sort of team that likes to come out and attack, and it's resulted in them getting thrashed by Man City recently. They've lost 2-0, 4-0, 4-0 and 5-1 in the 4 games since being promoted. So I think we're going to see another game like that. So yeah, minus 1.5 for me as well.
Yeah, full house, guys. Man City minus 1.5. Okay, next match we've got is Crystal Palace versus Swansea. Interesting. Stuart, one of your own. You're a bit low on the bets this week. You've kept it low, but what are you going for? Crystal Palace, Swansea.
Well, last week I thought I'd stick a few extra ones in there that my system hadn't picked out and I thought were good. And unbelievably, they were the lowest odds ones, and those were the ones that didn't win. So my 1.8 on Athletic Bilbao to win in the second half. That was nuts, and it didn't win against 10 men. What can you say?
I know,
so I'm sticking to just my system bets this week, and I'm keeping it short and sweet. And Swansea to win this one at odds of 4.41 with Pinnacle. Going in big, going in strong right from the start.
Wow, that is strong.
Natalie? You know what? I prepared all my tips from yesterday's Premier League punters. Yeah, but my wife said, "Let's go to the doctor. Let's go to the hospital." So I couldn't make it on the show. I have all those written here, and okay, it's not from the best tips, but if I 100% agree with Stuart, but I was going more conservative. I was going Swansea plus 0.5 at 1.96.
Okay, yeah, that's not a bad way to play it. I've got a feeling a big man may be on Crystal Palace there, so you've got a head-to-head. I think big man is watching. Shout out there. Are you going for Crystal Palace? And if so, why? If my memory serves me correct.
Yeah, big man was on Crystal Palace.
Yeah, that didn't rate Swansea very much. So you guys, Swansea on the road, you're confident. I like the way Alex has played it. Stuart, obviously, but listen, I can't argue with his profits. So
the big ones won last week.
It's very true. Okay, Watford versus Brighton. This is one of my big bets of the weekend, actually, just a straight Watford win. It's more as well, I think, Watford at home, you get that 1.91. It's more so Brighton, relegation candidates, lost both matches, failed to score, conceded 4. It's more that I don't rate Brighton and Watford at home. I think they've got this one, and I just think incredible odds there, 1.91. So there you go.
I think that Brighton are getting ready for Championship football next season. It's a case of strengthening their team now, and be stronger next year, and that's the way it's going to go.
I think that
1.91 Watford win all the way, but odds went for nothing.
1.91 for a home win. Huge.
Yeah.
Well, way to go, Natalie.
You guys didn't want to add that one to the bet. You were just saving all the glory for me for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. But I agree.
I had it on my Premier League.
No, I would have gone with it, but I've already got too many. I'm going to keep you talking for ages today. So
Martin, you are a busy man today. You're going to be
I'm really busy. Yeah, I'm going to keep it really short and sweet though. Really.
Okay, fair enough.
Manchester United versus Leicester. Alex, what have you got?
Manchester United versus Leicester. Okay, I think that this is the hardest opponent for Manchester United from the start of the season. Swansea and West Ham were easy opponents for them. Leicester have firepower. They are defending so and so, but in the attack they have Vardy that is 100% fit. He had some little issues in the last round, but he's back to training with the team. I still believe that Manchester United are the top team, even if Stuart says that wait for the big sharks to arrive to play them. But I think that Manchester United will win the title in Premier League this year. They might do a really good job also in Champions League, but it will be really tough from the first year. So I think that Manchester United and the over 2.5 goals, because I think that we have a really good match here for a goal fest. It's big opportunity to see a goal fest. Manchester United and over 2.5 goals at 1.92.
Yeah, I like goals in that match as well. Okay, next we have got Liverpool versus Arsenal. Love this match. Martin, what have you got?
A bit nervous as an Arsenal fan by the way Liverpool have been attacking recently. They're looking phenomenal going forwards. But just like Arsenal, they're also very, very leaky at the back. Arsenal can always score goals, but bad in defence as well. So I'm just going for a straight Alex classic. Both teams to score over 2.5 goals, 1.87.
Yeah, joining you, Martin, on that one as well. If there is a time to play the Alex Classic, this is it. Over 2.5 goals, both teams to score. Both have been on form scoring, but also conceding. And I think this is probably going to be the most exciting match of the weekend. So yeah, same. Both teams score over 2.5 goals. Tottenham versus Burnley. Now, I know what you're going to go for this one, Martin, and you convinced me with your argument on the Premier League Punter show. So I'm going to take it as well, because you took it as your banker, and it's Tottenham to win 0. Is that the one you're going for?
I'll take that.
Yeah, it certainly is. I'm convinced that Tottenham are just so strong defensively. Just love Alderweireld and Vertonghen, phenomenal defensive partnership, and they're very solid in the centre of the park as well. They have a bit of a hoodoo at Wembley, which they need to get over and try to show everyone, their fans, that they're a team that can grind out results at Wembley, just like they did at White Hart Lane. And I think this is the perfect game in which they can do so against the Burnley attack that they probably can stifle for large parts of the game. So I think they'll grind out a 1-0, 2-0 win, something like that here.
Yeah. Also, big man as well said, just going back to the Liverpool Arsenal, he goes both teams to score, and the over 2.5 goals is his banker as well. And then I did ask him the question about Swansea, and big man, he says it how it is, and he was like, "Yep, Swansea is dog shit. So there we go. There's
no
mincing his words with big man.
Over on a diplomatic mission to Wales, we're sending in big man to bring up the Welsh-American relations to an all-time high. Swansea, you're dog shit.
Straight up.
I'm going to Wales next month. I've got to be nice. So,
well, listen, with those odds, let's wait and see. That's the great thing about football. Okay, I think that wraps Premier League up. Yes, it does. Now we move over to Ligue. Stuart.
you were so close.
I was like, oh God.
Try it again.
Okay,
League.
go on. No,
League.
It sounds weird. It sounds like sex. But it sounds like the noise you would make. I don't know. Like, it is weird. I don't want to say it. You say it, Stuart. It's just weird.
Okay, so we're going to move on to Ligue A, which apparently is a sex noise, according to Natalie. But I'm really surprised. I mean, there are two games that we're looking at in this one. The first one is Paris Saint-Germain against Saint-Étienne. And I'm really surprised that Martin's not on this one, because I was expecting Neymar to score at any time, to be coughing up at any time on this one.
But wait 1 second. Because Neymar to score one time, I think is low odds. I think that he would go with Neymar to score over 1.5 goals in the match.
Yeah, maybe.
I was gonna just go for Neymar to score at any time every game PSG had this season, but I think the bookmakers have kind of wised up to that, and they put him down at about 1-3 or something, which is pretty poor odds. And, St Etienne have actually had a really good start to the season as well. They've won all 3 games so far, so I just sort of backed slowly away. I do like that still, but I've got 13 tips today, and I
not at those odds, I'm guessing.
Everything, no.
All right, so we only have one person have a look at this, and that is Natalie. So, Natalie, would you like to introduce your bet?
Yes, I'm going to go. I was looking for Neymar to score any time, 1.4. Obviously, that did come in. I'm not going to at those odds, I have to say. If it was 1.5, yes, but I'm going to do PSG. I was actually really surprised, though. PSG minus 2.5. I think Saint Etienne's run is going to come. Really?
Yeah, Etienne.
They've won all 3 games this season. I mean, you may well be right, but God, yeah.
Well, I think PSG at home, I think they're going to be too strong. They won the last home match 6-2 there, and I just think they're on fire. I'm not saying that Saint Etienne won't cause problems, that they won't score, but I think it's
maybe they want to review your tip and you say both teams to score. Maybe you wrote bad there and you wanted to say both teams to score.
No. Maybe you meant
Paris Saint-Germain over 2.5, something like that, wasn't it?
She's sticking to her guns, and it's going to come in now. I'm sold. I'm sold.
Sticking to my guns, fellas. 1.8. PSG minus 2.5. Yeah,
that is quite a handicap for those odds, I have to say. I know Giorgio Miliaccio has it down as Cavani anytime goal scorer. I'm not sure what the odds are on that, but it's quite an interesting one. Might be tempted to have a look at that, I have to say. Next game we've got is FC Nantes, who I'm reliably told are in Brittany, against Lyon, who aren't. So what are we on for this one? Alex?
Yep, I'm going directly with a away win at 2.05. I think that Ranieri should do miracles if he doesn't want to relegate this term, but I think that Nantes are one of the candidates on relegation. Lyon are really strong. They started really good the season with 2 wins and one draw match. They scored nine times over the last 3 games. So I think that they are huge favorites. I didn't understand really the odds, so high odds for an away win, but I will play Lyon to win at 2.05.
Okay, we'll take that.
Okay,
Natalie, what's next?
We'll take that. Next is Bundesliga, and we've got Augsburg versus Mönchengladbach. Martin.
I backed Borussia Mönchengladbach last weekend to win, and they duly delivered at very good odds at about 2.15, I think it was. So I'm going to keep that rolling. They're away at Augsburg, who are not a particularly good side and who lost to fellow relegation candidates Hamburg in their last game. So I'm looking at the odds I can get on an away win for Borussia Mönchengladbach, 2.39. Looks very attractive, and I'm going to take that.
Yeah, I was wondering whether you were going to take Leipzig at home. You didn't. Is that because you had 13 bets, or you're not rating them as highly as you did last season?
I'm actually not. Well, I'm not rating them quite as highly as I did last season, simply because they lost their opening game, and they're pretty low odds. I think they're
quite low odds.
I think it's about 1 to 3 or something.
Yeah, I'm just
1.4 you can get odds of 1.4. I think you have to give them a considerable handicap to get any value out of it, and I think that 2-0 defeat will have knocked their confidence. So I think they can win it.
Yeah.
But it might be a relatively narrow victory against a decent Freiburg team. So I'm going to get into Leipzig at some point, but not just yet.
I was looking at Leipzig minus 1.5 in that one, I have to say. I think they're actually a better side than they were last season, and they won that game 4-0 last time. So I think they can do well.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Werder Bremen versus Bayern Munich, Alex.
I think that Bayern Munich problems are not in their domestic league. I think that they will have to face big names in Champions League, and they are in a group, in a really tough group with the.
Can we not talk about Champions League groups right now? Can we just avoid that topic?
Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund,
Apoel. Well, we'll get 2 wins out of that.
What about Celtic though? Bayern Munich, PSG. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to try and get a ticket for that one.
Okay, so continuing with Bayern Munich and their domestic league, I think that they will easily win also the title also this year. And against Werder Bremen, I think that Werder Bremen are, when they're playing Bayern Munich, they are hoping with, and they're putting all their efforts not to concede more than 4 goals, you know. So I'm going with the Bayern Munich and over 3.5 goals in the match at 2.25. I think that will be a goal fest. I think that Bayern Munich will score at least 3 times. So if you want to take Bayern Munich to score over 2.5, you can take it. It's a really good bet. But I'm going with that combination. So Alex, classic upgraded. Bayern Munich and over 3.5 at 2.25.
Are you sure you're not reading that wrongly here? Are you sure you're not just going to go for over 2.5 goals and both teams to score? Are you sure there's over 3.5? Are you sure you're reading your notes right?
maybe Werder Bremen will help the over 3.5, but I don't think that Bayern Munich will have big problems in this match.
Well, Big Man is going both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals. He said, looks beautiful, odds of 2. I like that bet as well. You've also got a congratulations, Alex, as well. Alex welcomed a little, if you missed the beginning, welcomed a little girl into the world.
Natalie, who's that from?
I've not got my glasses on, Stuart. You'll have to read it.
No, I haven't got mine on either. Martin?
Something to do with how Alex conceived his baby.
Oh, don't stop. We do not need another. After last week, we don't need another choking fit, all right?
Okay. What have we got now? Hanover versus Schalke. Martin.
As I said, yeah, very disappointing for RB Leipzig to lose out to Schalke on the opening weekend. Schalke looked very good in that game, actually. They're playing newly promoted Hanover, who also won, but it's still very attractive odds on a good Schalke side to go away and win. I just think it's too good to ignore, really. 2.25, I'm going for a straight Schalke win.
Straight Schalke win. And Stuart, you've got a bet for this match.
Straight Schalke win. Can't argue with that one. Odds are really good on this, and there's a ton of value in this one. When you look at the 2 sides and the odds available, it's fantastic. 2.25 a bet, Victor.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice indeed. Now we move over Serie A. We've got Genoa versus Juventus. 3 of us are on this match. Alex, what do you like?
I think that Genoa lost the major stars from their team in this summer vacation, and they will be one of the candidates for the relegation. They will try. They will put their best effort to avoid relegation, but without signing some important players till the transfer window is closing on 31st of August, I think that it will be the final season for them in Serie A. Yes. So Juventus -1. So if they win at only with 1 goal difference, we will get our money back. But I think that they will cover the -1 Asian handicap at 1.72.
Yeah, and they were fighting relegation last season. This could be their last season in Serie A. You're right, Martin. What do you like?
I think Juventus are going to win it, but I just don't think they're the sort of team that really blows the opposition away. They like to keep it quite tight at the back. They like to keep it disciplined. So I think they'll win, but I'm going to go for Juventus and the under 4.5 goals at odds of 1.8.
All right, I'm going to go for sticking my neck a little bit, but Juventus to win 2-0. They are on the road. I'd prefer them at home, but again, don't rate that Genoa side, and Juventus win 2-0. 2.1. I think they keep a clean sheet. Roma versus Inter Milan. Alex
Classic. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1.87. Even though I think that the Inter has the first chance to win this match. If you guys want, you can take the plus 0.5 on the Asian handicap for Inter. I don't think that they will lose this game. But I think that also Roma will contribute on the scoreboard. Really good transfers from Inter. Some important players lost by AS Roma, but still they are on their turf, and they should at least score on this game. So both teams to score in the over 2.5, 1.87 looks wonderful.
All right, we got an Alex classic there, and then Big Man's just asking, which bookie did you get the under 4.5 goal bet from?
It's with BetStars, which is part of the PokerStars empire. So BetStars is their sportsbook, but you can also do it with Sky Bet, 188Bet, and Stan James, and you can also get prices on that at Betfair if you go on Betfair.
There you go. And we're which one are we on? AS Roma Inter Milan, Martin.
Yeah, so I think that this is the biggest game of the season so far. Two real heavyweights playing against one another. I think it'll be quite a tight game, but Roma really do have the better of the recent heads-to-heads. They beat Inter home and away last year, and I just wonder if home advantage is going to swing it in Roma's favour. So I'm going for a home win, 2.38.
All right, straight up home win. Torino versus Sassuolo, Alex.
Yeah, I think that it was a mistake that we didn't saw the over when these two teams played in the first round. Normally, this is two great attacking teams. They don't know how to defend. They are going full attacking mode in every match. So I think that over 2.5 at 1.8, or even more than that, I'm going also for the over 3 on the Asian handicap at 2.25. But let's keep it conservative. Over 2.5 goals at 1.8.
Okay. Chievo versus Lazio, Martin.
Chievo versus Lazio got off to a poor start to their Serie A campaign. They couldn't beat newly promoted Spal, which is a disappointing result.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. I think a lot of punters really lost a lot of money on that game. I don't know why I have this opinion.
Yeah, it was strange. I mean, they were very strong towards the end of last season, so I don't think any of us were quite expecting it. But Chievo actually got off to a good start this season. They beat Udinese 2-1 away. And Chievo are just a bit of a bogey side for Lazio, really. Lazio haven't beaten them for a while, and they haven't beaten them on the road since the 2013-14 season. So I think Chievo will be the more confident side. I think they can get a result here. So I'll go Chievo and the draw double chance at 1.83.
Okay. Also got to bet then Napoli-Atalanta, Martin.
Yeah, I think Atalanta are a good side, but they lost out in their first game, and I think they're going to make it 2 defeats on the bounce because Napoli I just find really, really strong. Extremely good going forwards, this Napoli team. So I'm going to give them a -1 Asian handicap at 1.71.
When was it?
I was worried about you there. I thought you'd be going for Atalanta for a second. I was like, yeah, lost their best player over the summer. They're going to be in trouble. And the Napoli looking good.
Yeah, they are looking
good. I think Atalanta will improve. I don't think they'll get anywhere near fourth like they did last season, but I think they'll be sort of quite comfortable mid-table, upper mid-table. But yeah, I quite fancy Napoli for that second place now ahead of AC Milan because they look settled and very dangerous going forwards.
But right, Napoli is in Champions League, right? Not in Europa League like Arsenal, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just wait and see how they get on when they face Bayern Munich. That's what I'm looking forward.
No, I'm joking because
this season.
Because again, the first draw from the Champions League was a ticket.
We're not talking about the draw in the Champions League.
It was saying no Arsenal. The first draw.
we might actually have half a chance of winning the Europa League, so I don't mind.
No. Come on, you've got the decent teams dropping down from the Champions League.
Yeah. I asked Martin yesterday, actually, Wenger in or Wenger out. I think he's quivering right now. The FA Cup win is still holding him in there, but it's too ready just to come out of his mouth.
I'm Wenger in. I'm going to be Wenger in for the rest of my days.
We should make a bet on what part of the season to Wenger out.
I'm Wenger out about 17 times in a match. I'm Wenger out.
Okay, we are on now. I think we're on Real Sociedad versus Villarreal. Stuart.
Real Sociedad Villarreal. I'm on Villarreal in this one. 3.79 with Pinnacle. I think the away side's got a really good chance to pick up the points in this. And Real Sociedad, I think they're going to struggle this season.
Okay. All right, those are mighty odds there. You don't want to play a draw, no bet, or nope. Just go straight in. Are you sure you're reading your notes right?
I'm not watering down my bets on this one.
Okay. Deportivo Alaves versus Barcelona. Martin.
Yeah, this is not the formidable Barcelona side that we're used to at all. They've lost Neymar, Suarez is injured, Messi looks a bit unsettled. But you have to look at their team and you see Messi, Sergio Busquets, Javier Mascherano. I mean, yeah, they've got Tottenham former Paulinho, he's great, but I mean Messi, come on, Messi alone. It's not the sort of team that's going to really send shockwaves through Europe, but they're good enough to beat Alaves, and they beat Betis by 2 clear goals in their last game. I think they can pull off a similar victory here. So minus 1.5 Asian handicap is 1.86. Taking that.
Yeah, I like that bet a lot. Alex, what are you going for?
I'm on the same page. I think that Barcelona are huge favorites in this game, and they can cover the minus 1.5 Asian handicap. Luis Suarez is injured, and hopefully he will be inside with the team for this away match. Really good news for Barcelona is the transfer of Dembele. They will have Dembele, but not for this away match, but for in 2 weeks. I think it's another round of fixtures because next week we have the international break, so he will be for sure ready in 2 weeks to play with Barcelona. Barcelona minus 1.5, not problems against Alaves in the past matches. At 1.86, it's a great odds.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
There's some movement on the Dembele deal, is there? I've missed that.
Yeah. They shake the hand with Dortmund, and it will be Barcelona's player.
He's a fantastic player. He will do very, very well at Barcelona.
Yeah, I think that it is the perfect environment for him to make the real the real squad, a real squad.
How good are France going to be at the World Cup with the players they've got coming through? Frightening.
Maybe France will make Neymar also a French player, you know.
They're paying him enough money for that, I have to say. But
okay, Deportivo Alaves. Oh no, sorry. Which one are we on now? Las Palmas versus Atletico Madrid. Stuart.
Atletico Madrid away win. I was a bit disappointed to only get 1.8 on this, but 1.8 on Atletico Madrid to beat Las Palmas. Come on, this is great. William Hill, 1.8. Thank you very much.
But did you see Atletico Madrid last round? Come on.
No,
but they can't be that bad again, can they?
Yeah, I was on
with Antoine Griezmann red carded and a really poor offensive team, really poor start of the season. If I don't see them 2-3 more rounds and what will happen with them, I'm not betting on them.
This is a straight win. I'm not going for a handicap. I'm not pushing it too far. Come on.
No, I was exactly the same. I bet on Atletico last week. They let me down, but I'm going straight back in there for another Atletico win. I got 1.83 on it. I still think that looks a very good set of odds. Las Palmas are poor. They were pretty dreadful in losing their last game, and Atletico's got to turn it around. I think that's a good price. I'm back.
All right, they're both on the away win there.
Las Palmas' best player is now playing for Stoke, and I think he did something quite good last week. So,
What did he do?
I believe he scored a goal against some team in the Europa League.
He doesn't play for Las Palmas.
He did last season.
He
did. He was on loan last season at Las Palmas.
He's not a Las Palmas player.
Not anymore.
All they did was get a goal disallowed that was onside and had 3 clear penalties turned down. All the while Tottenham were losing to Chelsea. Good work.
Yeah. Chelsea, Stoke. Yeah, they're really the same.
They are. We just beat Chelsea twice at Wembley, which you can't seem to figure out how to do.
Fight. All right.
Round one. Fight.
Eibar versus Athletic Bilbao, Stuart.
Athletic Bilbao. I'm having a week of away winners.
The second half.
No, just Athletic Bilbao straight win. After last week, oh dear. I think Eibar are a pretty poor side. I think I believe they've got one of the smallest grounds in Europe in the top flight. They've done really, really well to stay up in La Liga, but Athletic Bilbao, they're a good side. I love the way that they actually set up and they've got their transfer system and everything like that. They only bring in Basque players. It's a really interesting system. But I think they're going to win in this one, 3.03 with Pinnacle.
Wow, another set of big odds there. And then we've got a Getafe versus Sevilla. Martin.
Yes, a phenomenal price on Sevilla, 2.17 to go away to the relegation. They're the outright favourites to be relegated, Getafe, playing a very strong Sevilla side. I know Sevilla are better at home normally than away, but they did improve on the road last season, and they really, really should be good enough to beat this Getafe side. So 2.17, I'm all over that.
Yeah, and finally, Real Madrid versus Valencia.
I'm going with the same bet that I had in the Juventus game, which is Real Madrid and the under 4.5 goals. It's a bit riskier with Real Madrid because they can really blow teams away. But I think their attacking threat is slightly blunted with Cristiano Ronaldo's suspension. And I just think Valencia are quite a dogged side. They kept a clean sheet in their last game. I think they will concede, but I think they'll hold out for a fair period of the game. I think they'll hold out. So I can see Real Madrid winning it maybe 2-0, 3-0, something like that. So that's my bet, and I get even money on that.
Yeah, but I'd be nervous about that one. Real Madrid at home, there is that chance, isn't there? It's certainly, I don't know.
Always a chance. But without Ronaldo.
Always a chance, exactly. Okay, now we move on to our bankers and ACCAs. We will start with Alex. What are you going for?
First of all, I wanna say that we did a new transfer on our team at Need for Tips. We have a big man on campus, a really good transfer for the American sports. He will be giving his best tips from American football and the baseball and some other stuff. But he will put also a touch of Ireland and Scotland, Celtic and Cork City, stuff like that. So congrats, big man, to make it to the top league at Need for Tips. So we will be stronger, better and better with each week. Martin, now big man. I think that the next will take also Stuart. I'm joking.
On the outside here. Come on, Stuart. Join us.
I'm not even the best tipster on my own site, so come on.
Okay, my banker of the weekend is Manchester City minus 1.5 at 1.92 against the Bournemouth. And my double of the weekend, I hope that everyone has pencils and paper. Leverkusen versus Hoffenheim, both teams to score. And Roma versus Inter, both teams to score.
All right. Stuart, what have you got?
I got Schalke down as my banker. I think that's probably my best bet of the entire weekend. And I'm going to put them in as well in my double with an Atletico Madrid win. So, yeah, I'm liking that.
All right. Martin, what have you got?
I like Schalke as well, actually, but want to go with something different. I'll go for Napoli -1 as my banker. I don't know if I need to do a double. I think I've had enough bets already today.
Well, I've got your double from yesterday, which was Saints versus West Brom. So you can stick with that one if you want.
Go on then. Saints to beat West Brom.
Right.
No. Oh, Saints and
West Brom. Yeah, Saints win and West Brom. And yesterday, your banker was Tottenham win 2-0, which I'm adding to the bankers list. I'm adding to the bankers video. Betting with my own money, need I say. So are we really confident about these bets?
Yep.
Yeah. All the
We're
bets.
really confident.
Good. Otherwise, I'm naming and shaming on the next week's show, whoever loses me money.
Come on, last week both bankers, both bankers from the EPL Panthers and
my banker was Borussia
were
Dortmund.
winners.
Dortmund won. I was happy with that.
And Borussia Dortmund. I don't know who called Athletic Bilbao to win second half, but that was a lost one, right?
That was a lost one. Yes, it was. It was
so close.
And you know what?
It had everything to make it come in. 10 men. God, it was. My banker came in. Mine was Leicester to win. I'm going for the over 2.5 goals with Liverpool versus Arsenal. You can get those. Well, I don't know what the odds are now, but check that out. Or adding both teams to score. I'm just going to keep it to the over 2.5 goals. And then as my ACCA, I'm going Man City -1.5 and the Watford win, going in strong with that one. So there we go. Those are also the ones I presented.
Go hard or go home.
Exactly. All right, so there we go. That
I
wraps
bet you're
up.
not going for Leicester to win this weekend, are you?
No. Of course not. Hoping Manchester United are going to pick up that win. But there we go. That wraps up our best bets show of the week. Headed into the weekend. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back same time next week. Also, stay tuned in about 15 minutes over on Bookmakers Review, the other YouTube channel that we have. We are going to be discussing the big fight there, the money fight with Big Man and Martin. Stay tuned for that.
I will be there.
Great to see you.
I will be there.
Awesome
I will be
stuff.
watching.
Nice.
And
nice.
I will be there, and don't miss everything that will go. We have the international break with the national teams playing next week.
We sure do.
So
be here. Yes. All right. Take care, guys. Thank you for watching. And to you guys, Stuart from Tips HQ, Martin and Alex from Need for Tips. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.